What can I say? It's another unique but very difficult week. 4k on Monkey Meadow Bloonarius, but here's the catch. Got triple the boss HP, so 120 million HP, and also, we only have primary monkeys to defend, basically. Not true primary only, because you need farms in order to be able to afford what you need to defend this, but still. All of the damage has come from primary monkeys, and thankfully, we do have a lot of primary paragons and options to choose from. Every hero is allowed. I'm going to do Geraldo, but that's actually not the obvious choice for this week. It's also at least cash, but I'm going to give you a heads up right now that while I will tick on ranked mode, the goal of this run isn't actually going to be get top 5 or whatever, but instead, there's been so many weeks where I have yet to use the BOMB Paragon in an official week. So I want this week to finally be the week where that happens. We're gonna see how that compares to other Paragons we might get, like Boomer or Attack. So the main reason just for getting Geraldo is for the NFT. It's least cash. So my thinking is that just from the value of the NFT alone, it's an incredibly cost-efficient endgame farm, because if you don't sell it ever, this will end up costing or selling for 250k by the end of the game. So think about that investment. That saves me, for example, having to buy an entire extra BRF to make up that 250k, saving a bit of cash in the process. That, and of course, Paragon Totems are always good, but the reason why I say it's not, like, the hands-down best option is because there are other heroes, like, say, Striker, that can actually work on the BOMB Paragon, giving it a little bit extra DPS in the process, but I think, personally, the money that Geraldo gives is better than the DPS increase you get from that. We'll talk more about that later. Anyway, pretty self-explanatory farming. It's going to be another one of those farms into an IMF loan into a Monkeyopolis, and then we'll go from there. And after this round, where it's close to full, we can now take out a big loan in about 3 rounds from now. Looks like it'll be end of round 28. Beautiful. Now for a couple of villages. We want to suck up just one of the two. So hopefully this position just barely avoids it. Take out loan. Nope, it's 10k. Just a little bit to the right then. Perfect. And then range, so now this reaches. And this will be rushed into our first BRF. And now I'll personally add 2 banana plantations to save up for BRF, because if I don't get these 2, I'll be waiting a long time. For camos, don't mind me, just a 002 dart. We'll get something more official for it later. Fire Boomer now, and I just want to quickly, while we wait for tier 1, touch on the topic of ranked mode. And again, why a top score this week is something I'm not trying to aim for, because believe it or not, I believe the top scores right now, it's least cash, don't use the BOMB Paragon Hub, which completely goes against what I would like to do for this week. And I know with such a large amount of you guys watching that a lot of you have different interests or preferences for the type of content I do, specifically in bossing, whether it be, oh, you gotta go for top 1 every week, man, show us what you got. Versus, in my opinion, I think it's better to showcase or try out a tower I haven't used in at all, basically, in a boss. Even though that doesn't translate to necessarily a good score for the week. Basically, I'm saying, don't expect me to put the tryhard pants on every week. I mentioned this already when I did the boss tournament, and that is the exact same thing I preached. Getting such ridiculously high scores are time-consuming, and it's simply unsustainable for a long period of time. At least for my personal enjoyment. So before even going for any damage on Bloonarius here, let's get 2 BRFs. I need to read. This bomb I dropped earlier is also to be upgraded to a Moab Elim whenever I can. I'll start with a Mauler, but for now, I think I also gotta get Ice Shards to decamo. That's why I didn't want to upgrade this Dart Monkey further. I don't plan to get Dart Paragon because this map is pretty bad for wall bounces. And that's why I'm gonna sell you, so that this Mobile Limb is 5% cheaper. Oh, I also completely forgot to mention that if you saw last week's boss episode, I also disabled the Monkey Knowledge that decreases the HP of mobs coming in, so that you get a higher, more pops on your other tower, so a better Paragon degree. And I will mention again that I still didn't buy it back for this week because it's actually very essential. Also, I think I need to buy a primary training. I think I'm just gonna take that camo, whatever. This is gonna easily be a tier 1, but what kind of sucks about getting a tier 5 this early is because of that monkey knowledge that, again, makes tier 5s cheaper. Once you buy a tier 5, you lose that discount entirely. And so every tier, like, ideally, if I want to save money, I would buy every tier 4 monkey that I need for the entire game until having to buy my first tier 5. Because, again, I cannot sell this or else it's gonna up my score. But I guess what I can do is I can try to stall as long as possible, like before buying the mobile limb. And instead, in the meantime, get stuff that I know I am going to need in the future. Like, say for the skull insides, I think I'm gonna need a ring of fire, almost certainly, for, you know, all those ceramics coming out. That's also what the embrittlement's for. The money I save from buying these first is like minuscule compared to the 2+ million I'm probably gonna spend, but whatever. Okay, we're done now. Let's actually get the show on the road. Mobile limb, we'll also get a primary mentoring for, I guess, more range and faster cooldowns. But let's see. Does the embrittlement get everything? If not, I'll have to buy more on top of that ring of fire. I know, duh. If there's time, recursive save my ass. Beautiful. Because we're gonna need, like, upgrades for bomb anyway. So that's pretty good. Pretty massive range. And I think that's all I'm gonna need to defend tier 1. So I guess in the meantime, can I just... to go just a little bit off topic, but man, I still can't get over the World Series Game 7. I secretly updated this village name last week while it was still ongoing. So you kind of had an idea of who I was rooting for, but damn. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then just zone this out for the next couple seconds, but if you do, well, let me just say that I'm actually a pretty big baseball fan, so I've watched thousands of games, and that very last game has to be the most exciting, but also most heartbreaking one that I've ever seen. I mean, I'm fine personally, or at least I say I am, but wow, I don't know. I don't have anything else to say really, but just to be that close is crazy. This is why you should do drugs, kids, so that you can always get that high. Anyway, as I showed you, beating tier 1 is very easy after getting mobile limb. Now we just save our way into a Banana Central without upgrading or selling any of the BRFs here. This is no problem. It just forces us to get the Banana Central a couple of rounds later. 57, and I'll wait after this round just so my fertilizer doesn't go to waste. But because I am not exactly sure how much money I will have with this setup, because again, without an Ultra Boost allowed, Banana Central is actually pretty bad. I mean, still the best option, but I think the fertilizer is absolutely needed. Spend a little bit of money to make 25% more money on your best farm. As you can see though, I think it should be pretty obvious by now what paragons I want to get for this run. Before tier 2 starts, let me just build up a couple attacks. Because yes, my aim is also to get the attack paragon. And plus, having attack zone for these rounds is hella good. Does so much damage, especially compared with Super Brittle. And now, I'm also going to get Permacharge as a third paragon. So all 3 of these will be farming pops at the exact same time, trying to fight over who can get the best share. My hope is to hopefully have the pop split fairly even, although maybe a little bit more leading on the bomb shooter, just because as the most expensive paragon, if you do end up being short on degrees, it's cheaper to up the degree of attack and boomer than it is a bomb that costs like over double the amount. And that's why, you know, top scores aren't using bomb at all, because it's 600k. And that's just so much money to commit. But as I was saying earlier, I don't know, maybe like a 50, 25, 25 split. 50 being the pops and the bomb. But the issue is that bomb doesn't farm pops as well. Obviously, it'll do good boss damage with the mob elim, but in terms of the other stuff, I think I'm probably going to find it pretty difficult. But this is why it's important, I think, to litter the front of the map with several bombs. Crap, I'm trying to fit one more under the Monkey City, but it's not going to do it, is it for me? Damn. Unlucky. I'll just do over here then. And what I'll do is I'll get the bomb blitz over here. 025 is better. This helps steal pops from the entrance, so more gets on the bomb rather than the other towers. That being said, are we good with the progress so far, or do I have to keep buying more for this 1 million HP tier 2? I think I'll just bite the bullet and get Super Riddle now. This will now mean my tax will get way more pops compared to the rest, but I think we can try to, like, split the pops better in the later tiers. For now, we should just try to focus on, I don't know, not wasting time in parts that don't really matter. So tier 3 is where I'm gonna keep a very careful eye on, like, the status of our monkeys, our primary monkeys pops. What I will say, I did a test run with mods on this boss, and it was honestly really helpful to have like the Paragon Helper mod to let you see the degree of the tower before blasting off. Because right now, with ranked mode ticked on and not being able to see that, I have to trial and error my way into seeing what degree my towers would get at the moment. With the Paragon mod, I was able to see like the degree of attack and boomerang and bomb tick up one at a time. So if one was falling behind the other, I would simply just add more, say, boomerangs if it was behind. I'll show you what I mean some point in the middle of tier 3 here, like as an example. Before I start, let me use the money, some more money on a Bloon Crush, because this is gonna be a long tier. How much HP is it? 6 million, yeah. We're talking almost tier 4 levels. And I don't want to get a Paragon yet, because obviously I haven't farmed enough pops yet. We will spam the abilities. I have 9 Assassins, 8 Turbocharges, 17 Overdrives, so that's the exact amount to currently build the Paragon. The thing is, I can't even check what degree this would currently be, so I kind of have to just do a rough guess. Like, with the mod, you can also see what degree would be before even pressing the button. But here, you don't even know. But you see this Bloon Crush Masterclass? Keeping it last will mean almost nothing is touching it. And so we can continuously keep the round at 81, because if I didn't add the Bloon Crush, I don't know, by the end of round 99, Lunarius might be over here. Plenty of time to still kill him, but we lose out on, you know, round timeout. Anyway, I already have a pretty strong inkling that I have went too hard in attack pop, so most likely I'm gonna get attack Paragon first, and then probably Boomer after. I got a lot of work to do with boomerangs. That's why I'm using whatever space I can to fit a primary mentoring, to also fit some more boomerangs. But the thing is, I also want to save from getting some boomerangs, because when I get Tank Paragon, that will free up some better spots for them, you know what I mean? I also want to use this here to farm some more, so I added a couple more up here. I think we have up to 10 now, that's fine. 2 minutes of Carpal Tunnel later, because I don't have tech bots and I have to keep spamming abilities. It seems like we have enough DPS here. If we get halfway over here, then that'll leave us with plenty of pace to still be able to beat Blooners. But I guess it just got through the deadliest part, aka all the attacks. Now that it's gonna approach the right bend, I have absolutely 0 towers on that section. Fudge, man. Let's make this last bend where the attacks are still hitting count then. Ideally get it down to second or the last skull. God, my left hand is so tired. From pressing keyboard buttons, that is. Should clarify. Another fertilizer. Second last now, and I think we have enough. The only issue is that I should get to last skull early, because look at those DTs. That's spooky. I gotta rely on so much health from boomerangs here. I guess I'll spend 1 more on embrittlement, just because there's no embrittlement hitting here. This though is clutch. Actually, oh, $200 is definitely worth, I think. This gives a bit more range to give +5 for a little bit longer. Well, here we go. I guess worst case, I will also have to drop a glue trap, because it's about to spawn. I need to get this Super Brittle to clutch up and decam with them immediately. Hurry up now. Watch where they spawn. Come on. Clutch. Oh, beautiful. That was nice. Also, make sure to beat the insides as well. Awesome. And I think this is enough track length left for the last 700k. I really don't want to redo this, so hopefully we just finish it off here. I'll make sure by adding, I don't know, another turbocharge. Without tank damage, things are so slow, man. Relying on boomerangs to finish this off is torture. I also don't want to redo this if it's because the balance of the pops I got is out of whack. But I think with, you know, the last 2 skulls there, we got a hell of a lot on the boomerang. So I feel like on paper this is a pretty balanced amount. GG. God. That was awful. Let us finish off this round. And here's what I want to see. With the current pops, what degree is our attack paragon? This would be the spot. Oh, beautiful. And how much would our hypothetical glaive dominance be right now? Probably not 40. Oh, it's actually not bad. Pretty close. Now, how about our hypothetical bomb? Because I feel like this might be pretty far behind. Does this need work? Oh, yeah, definitely. Here's the silver lining, at least. There are barely any attacks at the beginning of the track. It's pretty much almost all assassins and boomerang. So those will get pops on the balloons coming in before the attack does. So let's get the attack paragon now. This frees up a lot of space, which I'll fill in with a couple more bombs. I think 3 more to get the 100 tiers. I don't know if we need 2 paragons to beat tier 4. If I do, I'll get BOMB Paragon in the middle of it. Actually, no, I should. I should try to get BOMB Paragon as soon as I get degree 40. Although I guess it doesn't really matter, because it'll still take, or it might take more pops away from the bomb shooter, if that makes any sense. I don't know how good TAC is, though, that it can beat an entire 24 million HP at degree 40. I was kind of worried, like, if I use the explosion... Ooh, the little meteor rings kind of hit the balloons at the entrance, but I guess that depends on the distance. I'm also kind of worried that I don't have enough money here, because look, I can't afford BOMB Paragon yet, so I need the money for that, and 600k. That's why the NFT is good. It's 250 here, and I guess selling the farms, it's another 100. Also, hang on, I'm such an idiot. I completely forgot this upgrade. If I can find space... Homeland. I guess it's fine to not have needed or not gotten it last year because we had enough damage anyway. But I should absolutely get it now so that a higher percentage of pops go to the boomerang and bomb rather than attack paragon, because obviously you can't double attack speed this on the Homeland. So this will help me in my pop journey. I should have gotten that a lot earlier. That's my bad. Looks like we'll be fine with just attack here, actually. Last 2 skulls now. I'll just use the other ability that makes attack have a bigger range. Oh, also, what the hell? Oh, if the FDT is on the second last skull or that far, I think I'm dead to the last skull. Might that just be because I don't have a decamo? Either way, it's fine, it's fine. I have the money now for the BOMB Paragon, so I'll just get that for, I think, the last skull. And we're Gucci. Do I want to just blast it off now, or do I just want to keep farming pops on the bomb? Pretty yikes. I'll just get it over with now. This is easily degree 40. How high? 52. Yeah, that's overkill. At that point, I might as well make the jump to degree 60, but it's fine. It's fine. Also, good thing I didn't get BOMB Paragon earlier, because that glaive ricochet is just insane. That's too big. That completely kills the bomb blitz stall and also all the damage that the bombs do to the entrance. I think it's in my best interest here to rather use the meteor to finish it off. Come on, one more. Another Homeland, and the end. The end. And now we just have to pray that 10 more rounds of income from this, and this can still afford us a high enough bomb degree. At the bare minimum, I need degree, I don't know, 45 or 50 on this. Anything less is probably sketchy. Degree 60 would be nice, but I don't think the bombs are good enough for that. Good news is, so long as I don't use the attack ability, both these are limited range, so I can literally stall infinitely and have bombs take all the damage away. Turns out I had more than enough money, and what's really mildly infuriating is that after I buy bomb with this current score, I'm just 4k over 2 million. So buying one extra upgrade or changing a couple things really did matter. Like, I guess in terms of a satisfying sub 2 million score. Because I really could have cut just one thing and that would have changed everything. Anyway, we're not gonna waste Cash Slider or Paragon Totems, just take what I can get. 56? Sure. This trio of degrees I think should work, even though it's not satisfying that I didn't make that last jump to, say, 60. But them all being a similar degree should give you a good indicator of, I guess, how strong they are relatively. So just take a note of the head starts. 6 million, 20 million, and 2 million. And we'll count how much each gets. Bring on the last tier, and this is just gonna be a spam fest, really. Spam the meteor off cooldown, spam the bomb off cooldown. I'll just get rid of the homeland because it's not needed. But I wanted to say, the reason why a lot of people like Striker with bomb is because it reset the ISAB missile ability, the one that I'm currently just spamming, as well as, I guess, Bomb Blitz too. But here's the thing. It's a one-time reset on a fast cooldown ability, so that really... Getting one extra ISAB missile isn't really that substantial, especially when Striker's reset is like 10 times longer in cooldown than it. So just on the ability, it's only like 10 to 15% more damage. And as an overall hold to the tower, Striker probably provides you under 10% extra, which I mean isn't nothing. It's hard pressed to find anything that gives extra damage to Paragons. So even 7% is pretty good, but yeah, all I'm saying is that I think the 250k from Geraldo was, well, again, clutch to have. If not, I think I would have been just short of affording the BOMB Paragon this tier. With all that yap out of the way, our progress, I think, looks decent, but it might come down to the wire. Don't make me regret not bringing Striker after what I literally just said. I swear to God. Nah, who am I kidding? We got this in the bag. 3 skulls left. We just, again, just like the other skulls. Oh, God. Oh, my bad, my bad. I kept my BOMB Paragon on strong, so it wasn't knocking back DTs, but thankfully, that's what the Bomb Blitz ability is for. Just so long as I have enough track length to deal with all of those fortified DTs at the end, it's GG. So it's as important as ever to hit that last skull, ideally now, but that's not going to happen. Wow, this is just barely out of range of hitting the right side. That might prove to be costly. Seriously, 1 pixel. Last skull now. I'm going to save my ISAB missile. It's an explosion, right? It's an explosion. So what I'll do is use both now. See? That gets huge splash damage on both abilities to nuke out the bats. I think that was a good choice. IMO. Now it's just a matter of can we do the last 9 million damage on the last bend here. Oh god. Oh god, we're also on round 138. Don't tell me I'm gonna run out of time here. No, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Each ISAB missile is massive damage, so 1 more, and that's GG. And pop count 69. Nice. 51 and 50. So if you subtract what we did earlier, then that means the attack only did 30 million. Let's review the map. Yeah, in terms of damage this tier, 67, 31, and this -6, 44. Damn, BOMB Paragon, like, did pretty well. I think if you look at it from a cost efficiency basis, the bomb is actually, while it did the most damage, is actually the worst, especially since it was a higher degree. So attack doing like 40% of the damage of bomb there while only costing 1/3, I think says a lot already. And yeah, again, for not even truly trying, I'm actually pretty happy with that this actually still falls in the top 50. So yeah, I'm satisfied with that, and that's what matters most to me. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet already, enter code ISAB in the creator support store, and you'll get 67 years of good luck.